Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Push Play It Forward team call. Technically, this is like the last business call because we're going to have one more call of this year. And we have a ton to talk about because we have an awesome launch going on right now as we speak that started today on 80-day obsession. So we're going to talk about all the rage in that, hopefully get you organized and feeling a little bit less overwhelmed by the outpouring information. And we're going to talk a little bit about like planning for January, and then hopefully I can help answer your guys' questions, get you streamlined on, how to deliver information to your customers, your coaches, if you have teams, and all of that. And then if we have any other topics to discuss, I was going to bring up Super Saturday, and I was trying to get our team together, so we'll talk about that too. We might just have to do a Zoom call this year because the holidays got away from me. So let's get to it. All right. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is first and foremost 80-day obsession. If you don't know what it is, you probably do by now if you're watching this because you're going to see the title and you're interested. But Autumn Calabrese has literally lit the world up again with her lights and excitement. And basically 80-day obsession is a real-time fitness program that's 80 days long. And what's different about it for us as coaches and us even as almost like customers is Beachbody is like challenging us as coaches to, I don't know, I feel like this is like a big thing for us. Like this is more heavily pursued than like Shift Shop or Core de Force. This is the first time we're getting discounts on the things that we need for this program, which in return is going to help us a lot. So in short, I want you guys to dull down the noise, try to focus on what I'm saying more than anything, and then dig in and get to where you need to be. So the first thing you need to know if you want is you need to decide if you want to do 80-day obsession. So you either decide that you do or you decide that you don't. If you do, great. Maybe you can't right now because you're pregnant or you're scared because you're nursing. You can do it nursing. But pregnant women at this point, I'm just going to be honest with you, there's tons of pregnant people on our team. If you think you're pregnant or you're trying to get pregnant or you are pregnant, probably shouldn't do this program. And I hate to say that. I know what it feels like to not be able to do a program because Hammer and Chisel came out when I was pregnant and I was dying and I wanted to do it, but it'll be there. So don't worry. And you get to watch us screw up and experiment. But it's just too strenuous on your core, so you're doing a lot of movements that aren't good for baby. Okay? So if you decide that you want to do it, then you need to figure out what you have and what you need from there. So if you have Beachbody On Demand, you're in good luck because you know it's going to show up there for you. If you have Shakeology, you're even better luck. You got 2 things marked off the list. If you don't have resistance bands or your sliders, you're going to need some of those. And then also what I want you to really encourage you guys to do this time around is get your Recover and Energize. Like I say that to customers lightly because I want to shake them and say, please just try this, you'll love it. But like, I get it. It's an expense. So for us, why it's different for us is I'm not asking you guys to spend a bunch of money, but I think it's important to know how the products work so you can speak to them yourself. And I also think there's something to be said about the fact that they're put into this program for scientific reasons, but I think it's also a caloric intake thing because we're going to be burning a shit ton of calories. So I just trust Autumn in the sense that like, if she tells me to use something, I'm going to use it, right? So we know we need all of that stuff. And it sounds really freaking expensive, but the good news is that it's really not that bad in the big scheme of things, because if we were to buy this stuff individually, we know that it would be a fortune, and in the bundles, they're great. All right. So for me, I know that right now, I already have Recover, I have Hydrate, and I have Energize in my house. So I'm only getting the completion pack that has like one of each, like the Recover and the Energize. So I am good to go. And then if I need more from there, or like I have to find out if Mike's doing it, then I'll figure that out. So just kind of see what you need. It never hurts to get another shaker cup or your portion control fixed containers. So think about yourself and what you have, and then to figure out what you need, and then order it, and order it for yourself and be freaking excited. And then you're going to want to think, you just did all that, but now you want to think of how to do that with your customers. So for example, guys, I just went live. I know Lindsay Magno went live. She went live in like her graduates page. And I did the same thing, and I really didn't know what to say. I just kept asking people if they have questions about it. I've been posting about it for about a week because I knew it was just going to blow up and there's going to be all these things last minute. So when it comes to delivering information to customers, I think it's important just to get in front of them and talk to them real time. And then also, if you watched Lisa Mohage and Christina Sullen's videos, Lisa Mohage went through and emailed one by one, like all of her discount coaches and customers, which is another great idea. So what I did for you guys is I have 2 examples of emails that I got from other coaches. One's from Lindsay Gray and one is from Courtney Anderson. Courtney Anderson's is really detailed, and then Lindsay Gray's is like a little less detailed and it's more like open communication. So there's 2 styles. You can change them if you want, but I highly recommend you guys doing that. Coming at people with new launches from different angles is the way to go. I learned that the hard way, because if you just shoot them an email, sometimes they're not going to see it. If you just post it on Facebook, sometimes they're not going to see it. So I'm doing from my social media, my Instagram stories, basically my email account, and then I'm going live. So I literally, guys, am treating this as if I was like opening a brand new business. And you can't open a business without having the products to go in it, right? So you need, if you're opening up a coffee shop, you got to have the best coffee in the world. So why not come at them and then let them know that you're open for communication? And I think it's important to just be upfront and honest and like give them as much information as possible, and then let them kind of come to you with questions. And then I know that one-on-one over the next month, my goal is to also reach out to people like via message and get with them. Hi. What? Oh, okay, thank you. I'm going to relocate. Hi, husband's here. He's saying hello. So anyways, he's thinking about doing it. Is anybody else's husband doing it?
Mine keeps joking. He's like, oh, so we're going to do that 80-day thing in January? I'm like, well, if you're going to actually do it, like, you have to actually do it. Because he's like king of, he'll do the elliptical for 2 weeks and drop 10 pounds and then go back to eating like shit. So, we'll see. I hope so. I'm trying.
You try, and maybe he'll get into it by watching you. I mean, Mike, do you know what my husband told me? He told me I would do it, but he doesn't like working out with me because of the way that I am. So he's going to do it, but not with me. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? He's like, I don't know. You're all intense. And like, I'm like, God, I need to work on that. So anyways, it's awkward, but that's awesome. And I think Patrick is doing it. Jen, what about you, girl?
My husband gets mad at 21 Day Fix workouts. He's not doing this way.
So does he.
He can't stand autumn during 21 Day Fix. He can't handle it.
I get it. And you know what? I don't think any of us can always stand her all the time. Sometimes you just want to punch her. But I mean, there's something to be said about that. Like, when I was thinking is, I said this just to my team when I went live, you guys. And I was like, I don't know if you know this, but if you purchase a sales bundle too, you get automatic rights to get into her challenge group. Now, I know that Lisa Mohage and all the test group coaches, they had like that one-on-one attention, kind of like with Chris Downing too. All those test coaches were like, Autumn commented on them, and you know, the coaches didn't want to fail and stuff. Like, I think that's cool too. However, I'm not sure how that's going to work if there's like thousands of coaches in there, but I have a feeling she's going to find a way to do it. And on top of that, I think that there's also going to be a nutritionist in there. So like, she has a nutritionist that she works with. And if you purchase a sales bundle, you're automatically in that group, which is freaking awesome. And then Christina Sullins is doing a group for coaches, which is like, she's doing something free. So we do have a lot of accountability. And so in that sense, like, I do want to create for those of you that want to do this and want to help customers do this. And I want kind of that excitement for us, because if we're doing like our own little team thing, I don't know about you guys, that's what I wanted to just like get your feedback and talk to you about. Like, how can we make this, you know, even better than like any other challenge group in the past? I have some ideas, but I feel like my best ideas come from talking to you guys and hearing what you want to do or your ideas in general. Okay. So we'll get to that. The only other thing I was going to say is So coming at people from all angles, I know that seems like a lot, you guys, but I think it's just about that initial conversation as far as like, hey, have you heard about this? And like, maybe this is the point in time because it's the new year and you can set out some time even after the holidays, because we have some time where the sales are still up, where like you go through and like those people that you haven't talked to in forever and you haven't talked to all year, shit, send out a Christmas card. I did this last year. Here's a great idea. I sent out a Christmas card with a Starbucks gift card and said, everybody, you know, feel free to take one and pay it forward. I did it for you guys and I did it for my customers. I think there's some money on it. But it opened up a lot of doors for just not having that like initial conversation, like, how's your health and fitness journey, you know? And then you can go ahead and say like, hey, do you have any New Year's resolutions? What have you heard about 80-Day Obsession? Would you be interested in joining it? Like, I'm nervous and I'm excited and we have a really big group of people. However you want to phrase it, I think this is the best time to connect with people because you're getting ahead of it. And then when it comes to all of a sudden New Year's, you're already in their brain. They've seen you've been posting about it. They're watching you, but they're not really paying attention to the fact that they want to get fit or skinny. But just keep that in mind, guys. So instead of worrying about all the bundles and the information, you're going to get there because somebody eventually is going to be like, oh, I want this. And you're going to learn the bundles as you go. I didn't memorize those fucking bundles. I ain't doing that. I don't got time for that. All I want to know is if somebody wants to commit to doing this with me, and then I'll work with them from there one-on-one. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that's what's important. Keep in the forefront. That's my style anyways, is like, you want to help them and then get the details kind of like later. Because we're going to learn a lot as we go. I think all of us will, right? Have you guys delivered information at all or like posted about it? Like, where are you guys at as far as like where we are with the launch? Just so I know. And don't worry, there's no right or wrong answer.
Posting about it.
Well, yeah, it came up like that, right?
Yeah, but I did send out a couple. Was it last week's National Wake Up Call that they were talking about it?
Yeah.
I started sending out Facebook like voice messages, just being like, you know, hey, have you seen me post about it? I'm looking for, you know, small group of girls. Like, do you want more information on it, kind of thing. But I like just started with like my current challenge, like people who are kind of staying involved that I think might be into it. But so far there's a couple people who sound like they're into it. They want to do it. So
I love it. Jackie, the voicemail thing, that's awesome because did you take like your voicemail and forward it to people or did you just individually?
I only did like 6 of them. So I just individually
That's awesome.
One. Yeah.
And that's so much more personal.
Yeah. And it was
like
quicker than me.
It saves time. That's the best part. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I'm chasing Ellie around with one. And then I was like, hey, Ellie. Oh, by the way.
And then they're like, oh, she's cool. She's
a hot mess like me.
Yeah, exactly. Because we all are. And those that aren't are just lying. Right? Anyways, that's awesome. How about you, Jen? How's everything going with you?
Good. More or less still getting people who are really wanting to get into on demand, a lot of beginner people. So I don't know if it's necessarily the program for them. You know,
I'm glad you brought it up. No, that's good. So you want to just get them in on demand. So that's, Jen, this is a good way to attract people. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off either. Were you going to say anything else or were you just thinking of that sense?
No, that's what I was just kind of thinking of, is trying to get them in this way. And then as we kind of get going, even if they want to like sneak in and see kind of what things are like.
Yes.
I think that may help.
You know what? I think that's a really good point because I feel like I was thinking in the back of my mind that I'm emphasizing this so much that I don't want other people to think that I'm not doing anything else beyond just 80-Day Obsession. You know, like, sorry, if you're not good in your fitness journey, like, no, I don't want people to think that. That's why I know some coaches are doing a 3-day refresh. That's a really good way to start the new year. So maybe we can divide and conquer and have like some of us solely focus, like we'll have a couple groups, like definitely 80-Day Obsession, and then maybe a refresh, and like maybe we have another challenge group. Like this is just the way I'm trying to strategize, and I don't ever want you guys to feel like you're alone, and I don't want you to feel like you are like having to do everything by yourself. We all know that running a challenge group by yourself, it sucks and it's hard to do. It's hard to just stay on top of. So that was a really good thing. And I do think there's some credibility in, we have time to get people like on board. Now they would have to commit through the holidays, and they would have to, kind of like suck it up and start working out. But I'm not sure about you guys. I saw some results, and like there were some bigger people that did this program. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of bigger people that I've talked to, like immediately were like, no, I can't do it. And I kind of like said to them, I'm like, listen, here's a picture. Like, I want to say that this person probably thought they couldn't do it either, but there's something to be said about modifiers. There's something to be said about challenging yourself. And there's something to be said about, like, you don't have to be freaking perfect, but it's going to obviously get you results. Like, those resistance bands are not to be fucked around with. Like, you're going to shed some pounds, and you don't have to look like Autumn to do this. So I'm fine with whatever way you guys want to do it and how you want to approach it. I don't really know what I'm doing yet. I'm just encouraging people to kind of believe in themselves more when they do bring up that objection to me.
I had that conversation today with a teacher at school. She said the same thing. And I said, having lost 50 pounds, I'm like, how do you think I started with a modifier? I wasn't starting 21-day fix with just like jumping in full, I still do a modifier every once in a while.
Hell yeah. So, Kat's my girl. Kat's my girl,
yeah. Dude. And whoever it is on extreme, she's my girl sometimes, But, just try it. Like, modify the modifier if you have to. So
I know. So I love that. And I'm thinking maybe, one, we have to think about people that maybe we incorporate that into, okay, so Lindsay asked me right before this call, like, once we get people that are interested in 80-day obsession, they either want more information because they're not ready yet, or like maybe they want to do it later. Like, where do we put them? So I know that we have a bunch of information right now. Like Lindsay Gray did this, and I was behind the boat, so I didn't want to like throw it in your guys' lap. I wanted to wait till this call where she's using all Christina's information. She basically made like a private event page, and she's putting everybody in there and talking about like why it's important to use recover and hydrate, and here's some results, and here's whatever. So you're getting people warmed up and prepared for mentally like what's to come. Would you guys be interested in doing that? Like, should we maybe do that for the next month, or like have a group like that and then have a group where like people are getting ready? I don't want to have too many groups, but I wanted to get your guys' feedback on like what would work best for you to help you get prepared for 80-day obsession, because I know I need to get my shit together with it, and I can do that in my own challenge group now. But like, do you guys have any thoughts around that?
I mean, like, I was talking to one girl today, and well, she recently found out she has a gluten allergy, and so she like doesn't want to touch Shakeology even though she's had it before, and whatever. I'm not going to argue with her about it. But right. I was trying to tell her, about how it really incorporates the recover and energize and what they do and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, I don't know. I want to research it more. And it's just like, so you really do. I don't want to go on a spiel and be like, no, asswipe, like, listen, this is what it does. I swear I wouldn't be trying to get you to get it if I didn't believe in it. I use it.
Right.
Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe we even use the group we have right now, the Little Bit Obsessed group. And since, that'll be previewing again, and we can start throwing in educational stuff in there for the brand new newbies who don't know what the hell is going on.
That's a good idea, Jackie. Like, maybe we even incorporate like all that information that we already have, because Christina did a bunch of shit, and like we put like a daily post in there. And then if people are like getting warmed up, maybe we have them like do in the comment section their post for the day, like their workout. Would that be like annoying, or would that be motivating for people to see that they're doing it?
I think motivating, because it'll be a little less scary.
Yes.
It actually.
And they'll see that there's like all different sizes and shapes of us and shit like that. Maybe we do that, because I know that I'm starting to work towards the calendar. Like, I'm strong enough to probably go into 80-day obsession, but I need like a couple weeks of good working out. You guys probably feel the same way too, right? Because we're all just trying to prepare ourselves for this shit. I am. Like, but maybe we just do that, and then we don't have to have like a bunch of separate groups. Yeah. Now, another thing I've been thinking about, like, what do we do when people come in late?
I don't know. Because, like, so I'm going to be starting late. Like, I won't even be starting with everyone.
That's right. You're going to be late. Now, I haven't looked at the script yet. So I wonder if it's, like, day one, this and that. Like, you know, or it's, like, general, which we could probably switch up. But I just want it to be an open group where people can get in if they're 10 days late or they're 40 days in or whatever. I don't want people to feel like, holy shit, I'm behind. And so that would mean like a consistent stream of information, meaning like if someone's brand new and they're struggling with timed nutrition, they might want to see something right away that's timed nutrition. Like we can maybe organize that in albums and stuff, but this is just the way I'm strategizing, because you know how it is. And I don't want people to feel like, oh shit, I'm so behind, I failed already at it. You know what I'm saying?
Or even like especially if we're going to just use the script for the most part. I mean, even if we just like started up, like had a new group available to start every 3 weeks, you know what I mean? Because by the time someone decides they want to jump on, they place their order, they wait for it to come, like they're not going to be ready for over a week. You know what I mean? And if we're using the same script over and over, I mean, people would have to take turns leading said group, but maybe that's an option too.
Yes. And then there's also the option of like Facebook versus the app.
Yeah. So I feel like if I got tossed into a group 3 weeks in, even if like you started back over with the info, I would start scrolling down and being like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. And would just freak out and be like, peace out, bitches.
See, that's what we don't want. That's why like I'm almost thinking that maybe on like Sundays or something, we have somebody go live and like be like, hey, welcome new people, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to overthink that either. Maybe we can just save this question and ask people, and maybe somebody would be like, no, you guys are overthinking this. Like, shut the fuck up if they want to be in. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of all angles. That's just how my brain works. But
maybe I like that idea of taking one group to the app, though, maybe, because then you could have because isn't it like phase 1, phase 2, the way that the calendar is laid out? So maybe then you say you have the choice of like staying with the group that's, you know, started from the beginning, or jump into phase 1, which is on the app, and someone kind of leading that. It's just the script like repeated.
That's a good idea.
I don't know.
Yes.
So like if we were the like group that starts from day 1 and they're known as whatever, and then people who join late, they would just be put into like group 2, but you have a choice of, you can, you know, scroll through all the ones that we've been doing or restart from the beginning. I don't know if that's manageable or not, but
I feel like that's easy, right?
Just reading the script, right?
So as soon as they are ready to go, we plug them into the app? Or is it like after the first phase? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I don't know, because I got to look at like what the calendar actually is, I guess, become more familiar with it.
So maybe, all right, I'm just writing notes down. So maybe for running the group, and I mean, we have a little bit of time to think about this, but I like talking about it ahead of time, because then that way we can explain it to people as we're going through. You know what I mean? Like that way we're not like, oh, I don't know what we're doing with you yet. It's going to be awesome. You know, like we'll figure it out. All right. Running group in phases, what to do with people joining late. Because shit, like it is always going to be its own separate entity.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like talking to herself. And I mean, throughout the year, it's always going to be its own separate entity. It's not going to be like, yes, we could plug them into a regular challenge group, but maybe, okay, yes, I'm going. I know I'm super loud. Anyways, so like, all right, so I like that idea. I think that what we should do is probably definitely the app for the obsession people, just because they're already drinking their shake, right? And I know not everybody likes the app. Maybe they don't have to use it, but I'm going to encourage it. Are you guys? Are you thinking that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
like
good.
it.
All right, so let's just follow up with that. I'm sure Lindsay will have some ideas. I know we have like 5 other coaches that aren't here that wanted to do that part too. Okay, so thank you guys for making me feel less crazy. And there's not something I missed where this is already laid out for us, is there? You guys didn't see anything. Okay, me neither. Because I can even bounce it off like the diamond pod. Like the... But I'll bounce this idea off like the diamond pod and see like what they're doing with their teams or how they're constructing it too. Come here. Come here. You want to say hi to people? Sorry, guys. My kid's not in bed yet. You want to say hi to your friends? Say hi. Hi. Say hi to Jen and Jackie. Say hi.
Hi. Oh my goodness.
Are you gonna go see Santa tomorrow? You gonna see Santa? Say, I'm going to see Santa. Santa.
She's so cute.
Don't say that. You're gonna do 80-day obsession with us? 80 days in bed, for Dad's sake. Okay. She just started laughing at you, Jen. She just pointed to bye. Okay. Sorry about that. She's funny now. You're right there, Jack. Ellie's gonna be like that in no time.
Oh God, don't remind me.
It's nuts. It goes so fast, doesn't it, guys? Okay, what else do I want to talk about? So, 80-day obsession. Do you guys have any questions about, like, that's what I meant to ask you. Like, do you have any questions about what you want to order with, or like anything that doesn't make sense to you about the launch at all?
I don't think so. I'll probably end up going with the same pack you do, because I literally just got a new tub of Energize and Recover. And I know I already bought the Amazon loops and stuff, but I would still like to have like another set either for my husband or to give away, or I might decide I like those ones better. I mean, I don't know.
I know. I was thinking about that.
So I figured that was the best bet.
I think that's a great idea because shit. I mean, even if you're just trying to save somebody money, well, that could be like, you could even be like, incentivize people and be like, whoever invites someone gets a free set of whatever. That could be, you get a free customer out of it, or who knows. And you know what I don't remember? How much Success Club points do we get for each one? That's what I need to look up. I don't remember. Because I don't think we get Success Club. I think we only get Success Club points for anything with Shakeology, if I'm remembering correctly. But one of them was 3 and then one of them was 2. Do you guys remember hearing that, or am I crazy?
No, I don't even remember hearing that.
Okay. Let me look it up, because I might have watched that in like a separate video. All right. So that's neither here nor there. So now what else I'm thinking is, besides the whole 80-day obsession thing, did you guys have any other ideas for challenge groups that you wanted to start like outside of 80-day obsession for the new year? Anything you were thinking? Like, Jen, I know you probably had a couple people that weren't, whatever. Have you thought about it yet? And that's okay if you haven't. I just don't want to dismiss.
No, I want to do a 3-day refresh. I just can't like figure out the best time because, I don't know. Even for myself. That's
right?
the problem.
Oh, I need one of those real bad, girl. I know I saw that and we could always team up with them. Jackie Hart and what's her name? Kate DiMatteo, I want to say. That's how you say her last name. They're starting one Monday the 7th, which is a good time because it's the first Monday of the year. And then it also could give you Success Club points by the end of December if you sell challenge packs or something. But the cutoff date is New Year's Day, which I bet you is a non-shipping day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just thinking about that right now. So literally you would have to get people to, I mean, they could order it on the 2nd, or like the 29th and 30th would be their last day.
Okay.
31st. What do you guys think about that?
It's doable.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are people paying attention then? You know what I mean?
Probably not.
That's my only thing, but can we worry about that? Like, and then Jackie, we've done it where we just ran refreshes for longer, where we're like, you know, people start on the day we start, or they do it like we do another round again. So I'm not necessarily afraid to do that way. Because I do think starting off the new year with a refresh is like awesome idea. Should I write that down for you guys? Like maybe are you guys on board with me at least? Maybe we do it starting on the 8th and then.
I want to do it for sure, even if nobody wants to do it with me.
I do too.
Yeah, I need one.
I'll do it. I'll be dead the first 3 days back to school, but I'll do it.
Oh, I know. Oh, do you go back to school that day? Most probably do, right?
Yes. I won't get a nap in when I'm like starving.
It's the worst.
That's when I go take a nap. I'm hungry. I'm going to go to sleep.
I'm just going to go put myself to bed in the janitor's closet.
No, I'm good with that. That's good. It's good when I'm at work.
Yeah, that's true, because you're busy.
Yeah. No, I'd like to do it better. I'm good then.
That's cool because it's also like a week before Time Nutrition.
I'm so excited for that part of it.
I'm like so intrigued.
Yeah.
Me too. But like people I've talked to, like I almost feel like you can even like promote that because some people are just like, I want to be told exactly what to eat and when to eat it. It's foolproof. Oh, and throw in some killer ass workouts. No biggie.
No, for real. That's like a game changer. I didn't even emphasize that in my call earlier, but I love when people just tell me what to do and when to do it. Because otherwise I just fuck around. I mean, right? Most people do though. No, just nobody admits that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Jackie, that's a good point.
I think it gives you a new perspective on the containers too, because like I know now I'm just like, oh yeah, I got greens, I got my purples but now it's going to be different. And I think that's good. I'm excited about that piece.
I am too. And I also think it's going to be like interesting to see when she eats what, because like you hear stuff, you'll hear like, oh, you're supposed to eat purples in the front half of the day, or like, you know, and like what to do when you get screwed up. So Jenny, one of these girls that was asking, like, what if you do work out when you first wake up? Like I heard from top coaches and watching their Instagram stories, because I was like stalking people, that you're supposed to eat an hour before your workout.
Yeah, that's going to kill me. I work out at 4 I'm going to have to like switch everything.
You're going to eat at 3
a.m. to eat.
Basically. I know, but there's got to be something that like, you know what I mean? So like, what do you do when you screw up too? Like say you're in the middle of the day and your results maybe not as great, but that's all going to be I'm excited to hear that. And I do think when you eat an hour before, I think it's a carb, a protein, and a healthy fat, which would make sense because it's like all fuel.
Right.
Not that anything's not fuel, but who knows? So promoting it that way is a good idea. Do you guys feel comfortable with promoting it, or do you want like more ideas on like how to like drive it home with people? we can always like do it in that message board, like, hey, how does this sound type thing, or like share what we're thinking. Because I'm trying to come at it from a bunch of different angles. Like, I know for me, I'm going to sit down and write like a strategy for myself. Otherwise, like, I'll just go by the wayside. Like, I want to emphasize Shakeology and my performance line. And then I also want to get back to like the containers. So just sharing them, not like always talking about 80-day obsession, but if you form a strategy for yourself to go into that, like, then people are looking at you. And then like every week I'll talk about 80-day obsession at least once or twice. And like how the launch is going, or people. Like, I've had 5 guys already today buying gifts for their significant others reach out to me because their wives want. So I'm about to be like, shout out to the gentlemen out there who are doing stocking stuffers, getting their bitches in shape. Like, I'm not going to say whatever. But that's going to like put it in people's eyes.
Glad you don't want a fatty wife for the new year.
Do you guys dare me to write that? Get their bitches in shape.
You will. That's the thing.
I probably will. You're right. My mom will be like, Carly, get back. I'm like, Mom, get off my Facebook, lady. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But that stuff like that is good stuff to think about, is my point. I didn't think about that a lot when I was a new coach, but you guys are all pretty good about doing it. So if you need help or you want me to share what I'm thinking so you guys can have ideas, I'm more than happy to. Okay. I like it. You guys are making me feel better about this because it's like there's a lot to process. So, all right. So if we do a refresh, then outside of 80-day obsession, the only other thing I'm thinking, because I want to encourage people to still get awesome results through other programs, you know, what do you want to do? New year, new you? I don't know. I feel like I do that every fucking year, so I'm not going to do that. But I don't think it's a bad thing to say. I just think my customers are going to be like, oh, here we go again.
I feel like we need to do another, like, some kind of themed something or other, but like not New Year. Like, you know, your chapter, the fantasy fit. I feel like that went over my Grays group. People freaking love that shit.
They love it. They eat it up. Like, it is time consuming. So maybe we have a couple people like focus on that and then we just like participate almost. Or like maybe we run our teams like that in a big challenge group. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Jackie, remember when I put all your people on a team in my fall fit shit?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys get where my mind is going with this? I don't want to overcomplicate it, but I do think that there's something to be said with the teams. And my first thought was, like, maybe I get a team of 5-6 people. Jen gets a team of 5-6 people, all your customers. Jackie gets a team of 5-6 people. And, like, we just schedule posts, and then everybody, like, interacts as teams, and, like, we all keep track of our teams.
Yeah, I like that. And,
like, compete against each other almost.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a big fucking group.
I like that.
If that seems like it's too much, I'm just like, oh shit, we could almost do something like that. But we could also get to the point where we have too many challengers. So I don't know, maybe it's just for new customers or something.
I like that. I like both. I like it, but I like if the idea with the countdown to fitness one, even though I've been absent because I keep forgetting what groups to post in.
Cool.
But I like that you have to like open up the library, you know, because there's programs that I haven't opened up, you know, so I like that idea too.
That's really key. I think you're right. And even if it's just like, shit, people doing that like once or twice a week.
Yeah.
Is great. But Lindsay, me and Jackie just basically rode on Lindsay's back there, just so you know. Like, her and Patrick like came up with like every single workout in the day, and then she like formulated that. But I think it was a perfect month to do it. Now, it's not to say that we can't do that in January, because it's again, Jen, to your point, getting people opened up to the idea of Beachbody on Demand, and creating the accountability, getting them to try something new. Like it has so many points in there that like we want. But the only thing about it is that like with Lindsay's group, I don't think Lindsay created that group in mind for people to get like a shit ton of results, because like
Right.
they're not following a plan. So I don't know. You know, I don't think we have to have an answer necessarily like right now, and I don't want to deter you guys because I think out loud. Like if you haven't, I don't, just ignore me. I just, that's how I operate. But I just want to let you guys know I am down for, I think it would help all of us if we're trying to get a bunch of people in 80-day obsession. We want to get people in doing regular programs and having that team accountability, and then also doing a refresh. Like we definitely need to divide and conquer, because for all of us to manage that, it would just be horrible. It would be like, it would be the worst. So it sounds like our regular accountability group would almost, like, what date would you guys think about starting that? The 15th, or like more like the 8th, which is the first Monday?
It's a really
Maybe. What'd you say?
That's a really good question.
I know, because like if you get a bunch of people doing the refresh, then they could just go ahead and jump in like the week after, which would be the 15th, right?
Yeah.
But maybe there's people that want to start sooner, because there are some crazy fuckers that get in New Year's Day on that Monday and go to the gym for 5 days and then they quit.
I mean, that was me 3 years ago watching infomercials the first week of January, being like, all right, fatty.
I'm like, I'm going to get me that ab slide. I'm going to get me that dehydrator. So maybe getting people interested. I'm just thinking this, and I don't want to create a ton of work, but maybe a preseason starting like the 1st. Jen, I just thought of this. Your idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What if we have like, no, that's not going to work. I was just thinking like maybe we give people sneak peeks of workouts, and then help them decide on their final fitness plan, like give them a deadline. Like you have to choose your fitness program that you're doing by the 15th, but some people are going to know. I don't know where I was going with that, but I was just trying to like get visibility to both. So maybe I'm overthinking this. Why don't you guys just let me know what date you are thinking about doing a challenge group, because I'll probably just go ahead and say yes and make it work, because that's just how I am. I don't give a fuck. Make it work and promote the shit out of it, and we go from there. Let's see. Maybe we should poll the team.
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because not all of us, like us three, don't all have to work together. But I know Jen wants to get on board. Like she was telling me, Jackie, like she reached out to me and she's like, I want to get in on your next group. So like, I know it's so much better to partner up with people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we should all do that first and foremost. Like me and Jackie have like saved each other a million times. Jen, I'm sorry that I've never probably saved you yet, but like I will, and you'll do the same to me. So it's so good to have like a backup. Even with 3 of us running this fucking Christmas group, like we're all like all over the place, and thank God there's 3 of us doing it. So I'm gonna poll the team and ask them when they would like to promote for a regular challenge group, because everybody's freaking pregnant and they're probably all going to want to do a group, and we'll have them watch this video even though it's already an hour in, and they'll see where our brains are at. And I will promise to do the legwork and like putting a plan of action, and then maybe we just have another little separate call and talk about what that looks like, because we can even talk about it next Thursday, if you guys can make it. I'm going to have a cocktail call. Every year we do this. Jackie's been on. They're pretty fun. Jackie's been on the last 2 years. Jen, were you there last year?
No, because I wasn't a coach yet.
Oh my God. It's weird. We drink
So
on the call.
You better get an ugly Christmas sweater, Jen.
We wear whatever. Jackie's showed up in onesies. I mean, I think I was hammered last year. I don't even know what I was talking about. Chris, Scott, and Laura were like acting stuff out last year. Like, it's really fun. And anybody can come. Like, you can invite like anybody that is a coach on your team or a customer that you think might like our team. Gets a little weird, but we can maybe finalize in a week, like when we have all of our dates out, because I don't want you guys to feel like we have to come up with an answer now. Let's all sit on it, think about it. We know we have a lot of shit going on. We want to do a refresh. We want to do a regular group. We want to do an 80-day obsession group, and we'll make it happen. And then that way people can kind of chime in and we'll divide and conquer. Does that sound like a good idea?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And I'm excited because this is such a big time, you guys. And I'm going to share a lot of tips with you because I think it's important to just right now get your face out there, connect with people, let them know you're excited about 80-day obsession, but you got some other things going on for people that maybe are not ready for something intense. Do whatever you think is best and just be honest and genuine. Tell them you're scared. People love that shit. And go live if you feel like it. So let's do that. Also, on the 6th, Super Saturday, Jen, if you can come, that'd be super fun. I know me and Jackie are going. Sagi is going to be there.
I don't think I'm going to be able to take him seriously live. I'm just going to giggle the whole time.
You guys, he's so ridiculous. He's ridiculous. I can't imagine the stuff he's going to say on stage in person. Jen, have you ever done a program with Sagi?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I'm going to have to check it out.
Just do, even if you don't do it, just watch one of his videos.
Okay.
If you're with somebody, because you're going to laugh your fucking ass off.
All right.
And his wife is super normal and cute, which makes it even funnier.
Oh, God.
He's from like Austria, right? Or something?
I don't know. Somewhere.
Whatever. Jackie made me like obsessed with him because I was pregnant. I couldn't do hammer and chisel, and that's when like he unveiled all his weirdness. So it's the 6th. I'm going. I'm excited. Jackie's going. I was thinking if anybody goes, maybe we can go to lunch like after that or breakfast before that or something. That would be nice. Like if I could just hang out with you guys one-on-one.
Yeah.
Get my alone time with you guys. So let me know.
Okay.
But that's all I really have. Guys, do you have anything else you can think of? I don't know if this helped you, but it's good talking things out. Okay, good. I'm glad it helped you because just my best advice is to you is dive into, you don't have to be 100% ready with 80-day obsession. You don't have to know every single detail. Just start talking to people and get to know what they want. And we always learn along the way. Start before you're ready is the best way to be a coach. And I know you guys will all do great. And don't try to overcomplicate it. Have a goal in mind that you want to help 5 people and focus on that. And that's it. And we will get all the details squared away because we're going to work together. And nobody's going to feel left behind. And I'm freaking excited about it. And we're all going to be sore as fuck for the next couple months, but looking forward to that too. Right?
Yep.
Yay. All right, guys, I'll let you go unless that's it, right? Okay. So see you next weekend. Bring your drink. Jen, do you drink?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes, I do.
Some people don't. I wouldn't be offended, but I do that a lot where I'll be like, you want to go drink? And they're like, I don't drink. I'm like, what?
Oh, God, no. Mm-mm.
I read you all wrong. Not offended by any means, but like,
No.
bring a drink, wear something creepy, and Christmassy. Okay, I'm going to take a picture of you guys because I love you people. Everybody smile or laugh. Think about the weird shit I say, and that's about it. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Cheese. All right. I love you guys. Thanks so much for jumping on, and I'll chat with you next week. Thanks so much for all your help.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, guys.